Good morning, everyone. I just posted a little while ago about my meal prepping. Back in October, I made a cream of broccoli soup. I did cream of broccoli soup, cream of cauliflower soup, a butternut squash, and nutty buddy soup. It was October 28th if you go back and scroll through my reels, not wheels. And I also did a hamburger vegetable soup. So in my freezer, I freeze them in, I'll show you. This is 1 quart. So I freeze them in 1 quart containers, and some of them I freeze in pint containers. So my granddaughter called Friday and wanted to have a sleepover. So I know she loves my broccoli cheese soup. And it's all wholesome, good for her ingredients, so I feel really good about it. So I made a loaf of bread in my bread machine. This morning my friend Debbie asked for the recipe. So I'm going to try to do it on the camera for the bread machine. If you guys have a bread machine, I don't know how to do you could do it in your KitchenAid mixer as well. But I wanted to give this recipe out and how I tweaked it. It, again, was a homemade bread recipe that's been tried and true. You can make it with any flour, any oil. It's very forgiving. So I changed it from all-purpose flour to, I'm using today an organic bread flour, whole wheat. And my husband does not love whole wheat bread, but he eats this bread. In fact, there's one slice left, so I'll show you the consistency. It's a nice, dense, delicious. It's got a touch of sweetness because you'll see why. You can change it if you'd like, but this is the recipe. So right now I have my machine plugged in. It's set for medium crust, 3 hours, and it does the work. I do nothing but dump in the following order. It's very important you do it in the order. Now let's make sure I have everything out. So it's 1 cup of warm water, and I don't have the milk out, so I've already failed. Let me grab the milk. I know I say this every time. How I do videos, I have no idea. 1 tablespoon of milk. I have it written down, and I don't have this memorized. And when I do this, I do measure, just so you know. So 1 tablespoon of milk. It goes in order into your machine. That's whole milk that I buy for River and for Weston. When you have grandkids, you shop extra. Now, my original recipe was 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil. I swapped it out for avocado oil as a healthier version. I suppose you could use olive oil. It would be delicious. Avocado oil, I thought, why not? So yeah, when I made it, I did that the last 2 or 3 times. It's a healthier option. So 2 did I read that right? Yes, 2 tablespoons of avocado oil. I gotta stop talking and be sure I do this correctly because I want it to work. I have this, there we go. Next, it's 2 tablespoons of honey. So this is gonna get tricky for me because I have more honey, but I'm hoping there's 2 tablespoons in here. This is organic raw honey. This one, I don't know, it's only had 1 origin, so I said I'll buy it, but I do have more honey. I'm just hoping to scrape this out. I hate wasting, you guys. So I had an idea, but I'm already too late. Oh, it's gonna be enough. I could tell. I'm not gonna put it into the spoon because obvious reasons. So I'm just scraping it out. If you have honey, don't ever throw it out if it gets crystallized, because what that means is you just have to warm it up. Put it in a pot of hot water or a bowl of hot water and it'll liquefy again. So now this is something I put in my bread, honey, and then it calls for 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. So it does give it a little sweetness. And if you guys don't own one of these bears, this bear keeps this bucket of brown sugar from coagulating. So 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. And I will read the whole recipe back to you again once I get it started. So now that's got to go in. I'm working fast because I want that water to stay warm. Then it's 1 teaspoon of salt, I think. Yep, 1 teaspoon of salt. Like I said, I just made it Friday. It comes out perfect every single time. And the only things I changed out were the oils and the bread. So that was 1 teaspoon of table salt. And then next ingredient is my 3 cups of flour. So 3 cups. This is organic bread flour. I was going to use the whole wheat, or it's a King Arthur 100% whole grain, non-GMO whole wheat. I've used that before, but my husband prefers the unbleached white version versus whole wheat, and he's the one who eats most of it, so that's one. Hopefully there's 3 in here. I have more. I always have more, guys. A friend of mine, Tracy, said she has a store in her house. Well, I think I do too, because of where we live. Talk about measuring. So there's like a dash in there. That's 3. And the last ingredient is 2 tablespoons of yeast, which is exactly 1 packet of yeast. So I've already used this side. Now I'll use this side. So I'm going to snip it, dump it in. You don't do anything. You don't mix it. You do nothing. You do this. Start. My bread is cooking. That will cook for 3 hours in that bread machine. This is a Hamilton Beach. It was like a $59.99 bread machine 10 years ago. Come to find out, my husband has one from someone he was with previously. So I have 2 of these. I have 2 KitchenAids because of that reason as well. I don't need 2, so I might get rid of one. I don't know. Anyway, that's my bread machine recipe. I'm going to read it back to you since I was blah, blah, blah. Okay. 1 cup, it's very important in this order. 1 cup of warm water. 1 tablespoon of milk. I used whole milk. 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil. I used avocado oil. 2 tablespoons of honey. I hope that was 2 tablespoons. 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. 1 teaspoon of salt. 3 cups of flour. It says all purpose. I used an unbleached whole wheat white flour, bread flour. I know I bought it organic. You use whatever flour you have in the house, but not almond flour, Lynn. That doesn't work. Okay, 2 tablespoons of active dry yeast. Put them in that order. Yes, this could be made in a KitchenAid with the dough hook. I don't know the instructions. I've never done it with the KitchenAid. My mom was the bread yeast lady. She knew how to make dinner rolls and everything, and she never taught me that. So this is and it's great. I mean, if you're out of bread or you live where I live, it's a great alternative to getting bread. At least you know it's fresh. Now, I have a good lock and lock because they come out odd shaped. This fits that loaf perfectly. That's the last slice in there. You want to have it get cooled off before you store it in there though, because otherwise it's going to sweat and become a big wet ball. Like just like the Chex Mix I made the other day. It's going to be hot, so let it be a crusty loaf on the outside. When it first comes out, take that heel and butter it and enjoy it, because it smells so good in here once it's cooking. And I'm going to make some other things today, but now we have another loaf of bread cooking. Braylon, hello. Dave's happy when I make bread too, so I got to show you what I bought him for Christmas. He loves tapioca pudding, so he's got a gallon. Yep, I take care of that guy. So I'm gonna open that up for him because the Chex Mix is still here, so some of the snacks are gone. He's trying to lose weight. I'm not sure I'm helping or not. I try to do all encrusted haddock and healthier breads, and he loves his bread. He loves his starches. He loves what he loves, you know. So I cook 2 things, but I'm used to it. So that is my bread recipe, Debbie. You asked me, Debbie. I will write it up when I post this, and I will send you a message with the recipe. And you guys, thanks for bearing with me.